Hello guys, it is Shivam here. Welcome to the world of Flutter and Firebase as we are going to create a Barber booking app from the scratch with admin panel. On this series, we'll cover setting up Firebase as a backend, user authentication, appointment, scheduling, Barber profile creation, and many more. So do not forget to hit that like and subscribe button so that you won't miss out on any of the upcoming videos we upload on this channel. Now let's get started. So here you can see a main.dart file, and at the top right position you can see the debug banner. So now let's move and we'll remove the debug banner from here. You already know that, but let's write debug show check banner and we'll assign it to false, and by assigning it to false it will remove the check banner from here. Now in this Barber app we are going to first make the onboarding page, and then we'll make the home page UI and the login page, sign up page, and many other page, and then we'll connect the Firebase with this Barber app, and the user can book the service of that specific barber shop, and through the admin panel the barber can get to know which the user have booked their services. So here I have created the images folder, and here I have added one image. So to get this image, now we need to go to the perspec.ml file, and let's move down, and here in the assets folder we need to assign the images where we have saved the image. So here it is done. Now let's run this perspec.ml file. So in the leaf folder, we'll create a new folder name pages here, and inside the pages folder, I will create a new file name onboarding.dart. Now we'll write import material stateful widget. So here I have wrote a stateful widget name onboarding. Now in the container we'll remove the container and we'll write scaffold, and here I will write body container. Now child alignment, child column children. Now first we are going to make the onboarding page. So I will first get the image that we have saved in the images folder, though it is wrote in a screenshot name, so we'll rename the name to Barber. Okay, so here it is done. Now we'll write image dot asset, and we'll get the image that we'll save in the images folder, and we'll write barber.png, which is our image file name. Now let's call this page in the main.dart file so that I can show you what all things I'm writing here. So I will write onboarding. So here you can see the screen. Now we need to also assign the background color. So we'll write color and 0xff. Now you already know that to provide a customized color code, always start with 0xff. Now I'll write 2b1615. So here is the customized color code that I will be using. Now let's provide the space from the top. So I will write margin h insert dot only, and we'll provide the margin from the top. So we'll write something 90.0, maybe 120.0. Okay, so here it is done. Now just below this image I am going to create a button name get a stylish haircut. So we'll write container, and through the container we'll create a customize button. So in the text widget, I will write get a stylish haircut. Now we'll write style text style. Now we'll assign the color to our text widget. So we'll write colors dot white and the font size 20.0 and font weight dot bold. So here it is done. Now we'll write decoration and we'll give the color to our container. So we'll write box decoration color and we'll write 0xff and I will write the customized color code here. So we'll write DF711A. So this is the customized color code that we'll be using. Now we'll write border radius. So we'll write border radius dot circular. Now we'll write 10. So let's provide the padding. So I will write padding edge inset dot symmetric and will provide the padding from the horizontal direction. So we'll write 20.0 and from the vertical direction. So we'll write 10.0. So you can see a blue lines under the code which doesn't look good. So if you want to remove this blue lines, then you already know that we need to add the two lines in our rules section in the analysis options.yml file and it will almost remove this blue lines from here. Now it's look good and it's more clear to code on VS Code. So here it is done. So we have created a button name get a stylish haircut. Now let's provide the space from the top, I mean between the image and the container. So I'll write size box height 80.0. So let's change to 50. Okay, maybe let's give some more spacing 20 and we'll change the border 30. Okay, let's increase the font size too. So here it is done. Now it's look good. Now when we tap to this button, we'll directly move to the home page. So in the pages folder, we'll create a new file name home.dart. Now we'll write import and we'll again first import the package material.dart and we'll create a stateful widget name home. So these are the small things that we usually do in the Dart file. Now we'll write scaffold, body, container, child, column, and children. We'll write background color and in the home scaffold we'll paste this color. Here we are going to code the UI for our home page. Now in the column widget, we'll first write row children because we'll write a text widget here named hello and we'll again use a style text style. Now colors dot white, font size 20.0 and font weight dot W500. So let me show what all things I'm writing here. So we'll go to the main.dart file and here I will call a home page. So here you can see the text hello. Now let's increase the font size first. So we'll write 24 and we'll give a margin from the top. So we'll write edge insert dot only top and we'll write 40.0 and from the left 20.0. So here you can see the text name hello. Now if you want, you can give a more customized color according to your wish. So let me make it more lighter. So here it is done. Now just below this text I will show the username. So I will copy this same text widget here and will paste it here. Now I will write my name. So I will write Shivam Gupta. Wait a second, we need to wrap up with a column widget and we'll remove the text widget from here and we'll paste it here. Okay, now we need to move this text to the left side, so we'll write cross axis alignment dot start. Now I want this text to be perfect in the white color, so we'll write colors dot white and we'll make it bold. Okay, so here it is done. Now it's telling hello and the username. Now just here I want to show the user image, but I will use a random image here, and after connecting it with a Firebase we'll get the user image. So I've saved a new image file in the images folder, image.asset images, and here I will write boy.jpg and let's give the height 50 and the width 50 and fit boxfit.cover so that it can use a complete height and width of the screen. I mean the height and width we have provided in the image widget. Now here you can see the image. Now I want this image to be moved to the right side of the screen, so I will write main axis alignment dot space between. Now let's provide the margin from the right position, so we'll write right 20.0. So here you can see the image. Now you already know that whenever you want to provide the border radius to the image, always wrap up with a clip react widget. Now let's provide the border radius to our image. So here it is done. You can also increase the height and width of the image according to your choice. So I think so it's look good. Otherwise we can also provide something like this. Okay, I think so this also look good. Maybe we need to provide some more space from the top. I will write 50. Okay, now what I'm going to do that, first I will show the divider here. So I will write divider. So here you can see the divider. So here it is the divider. Now let's provide the height. So we'll write size box height 20.0. Now let's provide the color. So we'll write colors dot white, and there are the different shades of the white color. So let me see which fit best here. Okay, so it's look good. Maybe this. Okay, now it is done. Now I'll copy this same text widget from here and will paste it below the divider, and here I will write the text name services, and here we going to show all the services. So let's move to the left side of the screen. So you already know that cross axis alignment dot start. You can also provide the space here. So we'll again write size box height 30.0, maybe 20. Let me save some more images here where I will show the services, all the images that I will need in the services. So here you can see in the images folder. Now let's call the image one by one through image.asset widget and will show the image. So here I will write container. Now I will write child image.asset. So first one we are going to use the image is saving. So we'll write sha saving.png. So here you can see the image. Now let's pass the color to our container. So we'll use box decoration color and we'll write color, and through the 0xff we'll get the customized color code. So here I will write E2 9452. Okay, so here it is done. So here you can see the image and the color. Now let's provide the space from the top. So we'll write size box height 20.0. Now I want to show the text below this image indicating that what service it is. So I will copy the text widget again from here and will paste it in the container. So we'll wrap up the image widget with our column widget and we'll paste it in the column widget. So here you can see the text. Now we'll change it to classic saving. So let's decrease the font size to 20.0. Let's provide the height to the container. So we'll give the height 200, maybe 150. So just beside this container there will be one more container where we will show our second service. So we'll wrap up the container with a row widget and we'll copy this container again and we'll paste it here. Now we are going to show the hair washing. So it shows a very big image here. Now we need to pass the height, passing the height 80 and the width 80 and the fit box fit dot cover. So here you can see the image. Now we'll pass this same height to this saving part and we'll change the text to hair washing. Okay, it is done. Now I want to provide the space between these two container. So I will write size box width. Wait a second. Size box width 20.0. So here you can see the two separate container, but as you can see this container is using a maximum space rather than this container. I want both the container to use a fixed width of our phone device. So here I am going to use a flexible widget and will wrap up the container with a flexible widget which will make the app highly responsive, and will write fit flex fit dot tight. So here it use a maximum width of the screen and will pass same to the other container. So we'll write flexible now fit flex fit dot tight. So here you can see the two container now use a equal space and it's look really good now. Let's provide the border radius to this container. So I will write border radius dot circular and will provide the circular radius 20 and will copy this same border radius from here and will paste it in the other container in the box decoration. So here it is done. Now let's also provide the padding, because this text is almost touching the container from the left and right position. So I will write padding edge inset dot symmetric from the horizontal direction and will write 10.0. So here it changes the line. Maybe we can decrease the font size here. Let's be 18 and remove the padding from here. Okay, and we can center this right here, main axis alignment dot center. So here it is in the center of the container, and we'll pass this same to the other column widget. So here it is done, and we'll also decrease the font size for here washing. So here it is done. Now if you want to provide some more size box, I mean the height between the image and the text, then you can write it here. So I will write size box height maybe 20.0. 20 will be too much, so I will write 10 and will pass the same height in the classic saving. So here it is done. Now let's provide some more services here. So writing the code again and again, I will copy the row from here and will paste in the column widget. So let me add all the services. So here you can see that I have added all the services here. So classic saving, hair washing, hair cutting, beard trimming, facials, and kids hair cutting. So these are all the services that we are going to provide in this app, and the user can book the specific service by using this app. So let's move to the pages folder and we'll write booking.dart here, and we'll create a dart file, and we'll first import the package by using material.dart, and we'll create a stateful widget name booking. So here I will write scaffold body container child column children. So here I have wrote the complete thing that we need for our booking page. Now we need to write the code in our column widget. So first I am thinking to show the icon, basically a back arrow by which we can directly move to the home page back again. So I will write icons dot arrow back iOS new rounded, and will pass the colors dot white. So here you can see the button get a stylish haircut in our onboarding page. So when I'll tap to this button, we'll directly move to the home page. Now let's move to the main.dart file, and we'll call the booking page, so that I can show what all things I am writing in booking.dart file. Now let's hot restart the app. So here you can see the screen. So first we'll pass the background color to our booking page. So we'll copy the same color and we'll paste it here. So here you can see the arrow at the top. Now let's give the padding to the arrow. So I will wrap up with a padding, and here I will write edge inset dot only from the left 20.0 and from the top 40.0. So here you can see the arrow. Maybe we can give some more height from the top. So I will write 50.0. Now let's increase the size of this icon. So maybe I can write 50.0 here again. Oh, it's too big. Now maybe 30. Now I want to move to the back to the home page when I'll tap to this icon. So I will wrap up with a gesture detector, and in the on tap method I will write navigator dot pop context, so that we can directly pop out this page and can move back to the home page again. So here it is done. Now just below this icon, I am going to show the text. So I will write text widget here again, and I will write let's the journey journey begin. Now I want that to change the line, so I will use a /n here, and I will write style and will give the style to our text widget by using the text style, and I will write colors.white and the font size 20.0 and font weight w 500. So here it is done, and here you can see the image. So I want the text or this icon to move to the left side of the screen. So you already know that we need to write cross axis alignment dot start here. Now one thing we can do that while giving the padding from the left position here, I will provide the margin here directly so that I can give the margin to my all the widgets that I will write in the column widget. So I will write from the left position, so I'll write 20.0. Now let's give the spacing from the top, I mean between the icon and the text. So I will write height 30.0. So here you can see the text. Maybe I want to show the white color in the different shade, so I will use 38. No, it's too lighter. Maybe 60 or maybe 70. Okay, it's look good. Now we can increase the font size too, so I will write 25, maybe 28. Okay, here it is done. Now just below this text, I'm going to show this image that I have saved in my images folder. So here is the discount page that I'm going to show. So let's move and we'll write image dot asset images, and I will write discount dot png, which is our file name, and I want this image to use a complete width of the screen. So I will wrap up with a container and will write with media query dot of context dot size dot width and the box fit dot cover, so that it can use a complete height and width of the screen. So here you can see the image. Now here it's look good, but if we can decrease the margin from the left position to 10. Okay, so here it is done. Now we can give the space between the text and the image, so I will write 30.0. It's too much, so we'll change it to 20. So here it's look good. Just below this image, I will show the service that the user will choose, but before that, what I'm going to do that, like here I will write string and I will write service, and now I will write booking dot service and will get the service by using required function. So I have wrote this string here because I want that when the user will be at the home page. So let's move to the home page first so that I can show you what I am basically talking about. So when the user will select a classic saving, then we'll move to the booking page and there will show the service name classic saving that the user have selected from the home page. So to know that what service that the user have selected from here, I have wrote a string in the booking page. So in the home page, what I'm going to do that here, I will first move to the container and will wrap up with a gesture detector, and in the on tap method I will push the user to the booking page. So I will write navigator dot navigator dot push. Now I will write material page route context and will push the user to the booking page. So I will write booking, and here I will pass the service that the user have selected by typing to this respective service. So here I will do one thing. I will copy this service name and will paste it here. So here it is done. Now you can do this process in all the services that you have shown in the home page. So in the on tap method, you can again copy this function and can paste it here and can rename the service name. So I will copy this from here and will paste it here. So here it is, hair washing. Now when I'll tap to this image or the service, will move to the booking page, and here I'm going to show the service name. So let me show how I'll do that. So I will copy this text widget again so that I didn't need to write it again and again, and will paste it here. And I need to just write a string name, so I'll write widget dot, and here you can see the string name is service. So I will write widget dot service, and here you can see the service that we are going to provide, basically not me, the barber.
Okay.
So why does the Siri gets on? Okay, it is done. Now I will write colors dot white and font weight dot bold. So I will write 25. Now we can provide some more space from the top, not from here, sorry, maybe from here. It's look good, not at all, maybe 20. Okay, it's done. So here you can see the service that we are going to provide. Now here, if I will choose the hair washing, then it will show the hair washing here. So you can see that by choosing the respective service, we can show the service in our booking page very clearly. Now I am going to show the two container here. Basically this two container will help the user to choose the time and the date, and by that time and date the user will book the service by this booking page. So here I will write container and will write with media query dot of context dot size dot width. Now I will write decoration box decoration. Now color, I will write color now 0xFF. Now before passing the color code, I have seen that many of the viewers or the subscriber keep on asking me that what state management I am using on this project or the past project that I have created. So the state management that we are going to use on this project is inherited widgets and inherited model method here. Now many of the viewers might be thinking that why I have didn't used a different state management like river pod, flutter block, or maybe provider. Basically these are the state management that requires a lots of code, and it is very difficult to understand for the beginners, and the apps that I make in my channel is complete beginner friendly. So I want to keep all the things simple and sorted in my videos so that each and everyone can understand what state management I am using in the Flutter app. But if you want, I am planning to make a weather app by using a Flutter block state management. So let me know if you need that video. You can tell me in the comment box. I will definitely make one project on this channel, a weather app by using a Flutter block state management. Now let's move to the code, and here let's pass the customized color code. So I will write B4817E. So this is the color. Now I will write child, and here I will write column. Now children, and here I will write text widget, and I will write set a date. Now style text style color colors dot black, and the font size may be 18.0, and font weight equals to font weight dot w500. So here you can see the container. Now let's provide the space from the top. So I will again use a size box and the height 10.0, maybe 20.0. Now let's provide the height. So we can provide the height like 300. No, it's too much. Maybe 200 or 150. So here you can see the container. Now let's increase the font size to 20, and we can pass the border radius to our container. So I will write border radius dot circular and 20. Okay, now let's also provide the padding. So I will add padding heading set dot only from the top, maybe 20.0. Now it's too much, so I will add 10. Okay, now here I will show the date, basically a current date. So I will copy this text widget again from here, and here I will paste it. But before that, I need to create a function named date time. So I will write date time, and I will pass the selected date, and through date time dot now I will get the current date in the selected date, and here in the text widget I will just write a date here. So I will write through the dollar sign. First we'll get the date, basically a day. So I will write selected dot day. Now again a dollar sign. Now selected, basically first will be the day, then the month. So I will write selected date dot month, th month, and again dollar sign, then a selected date dot year. So here I have wrote. So here you can see that current date, it's 12 March when I am making this video. So I will write size box height maybe 10 point. We can pass the date in the color white, and also increase the date to 30. Okay, so here you can see the date and dot bold. Okay, so here you can see the date. Now rather than passing the specific height, one thing we can do, that we can provide the space from the bottom too, so that it will be more responsive. Now just beside this date I want to show the calendar icon. So here I will write a row widget and I will write icons dot basically a calendar month. Okay, so colors dot white. So here you can see the, and we can increase the size of the icon by 30.0. Now we need to center this, so I will write main axis alignment dot center, and we can provide the width between the icon and the date. So I will write width 10.0. So let's provide some more width, maybe 20. Okay, so here it is done. Now I want that the user can select a specific date and can book the service. So we need to create a function here so that the user can select a date. So I will write future, now void, and will pass the function name select date and build context now async. So I will write final date time picked equals to await. Now if you don't know the reason of async and await, basically async and await help us to, now again this Siri gets on. Basically async await is something that help us to call the first function first and then move to the further function that have been wrote in the select date function. So async and await is one of the most important thing in the Flutter because this may help you to call the specific function first, then move to the next function. Basically wait for that function until then it is completely called, then move to the further function or the next function. So I will write show date picker and I will write context. Now did I making any mistakes? I don't think so. And we need to pass a selected date, and first date basically by how much time you want to start the calendar or the year. So it is 2024, so I'm passing 2024, and the last date keep like maybe 2025 because it is a booking app, so we can't book the service for like after 1 or 2 years. So that's why, though it is 2025, so here we are facing some error. Let me see. Acha. So basically a null pass error. These are the minor errors, so don't think much about it. Now sorry, if picked, basically if the date has been picked by the user, so I'm writing that the picked should not be equals to null and pick should not be equals to the selected date. Basically the user didn't have selected the same date from the calendar. Now in the set state I will write selected date equals to picked. So it will assign the picked date to our selected date, and that selected date will be passed to the text widget here. So here it is done. We have wrote a complete function to change the date from here, and in the icon we'll wrap up with a gesture detector and in the onTap method I will just call the selected, basically a select date and the context. Now when I'll tap to this icon, you will see that there is a complete calendar, and here I can change the month also. And let's, for an example, I want to book the service for the 28th March, so I will write 28th. So I will select 28th and will press OK, and it will frequently change the date and assign the new date here. So it is working brilliantly. Now after selecting the date, I want to choose the time. So I will copy this same container from here and will paste it here, and will just change set a date to time. Now we need to also pass the function for the time. So I will write here, let's move to the top, and we'll write time of day, select time equals to time of day dot now, and again it will pass the selected time. Basically it will pass the today's time to the selected time.
Okay, I found this on the web for basically it will pass.
Today's Siri is very disturbing us. One thing I want to say, it is very difficult to record on the Mac because the Siri keeps on disturbing you. Again, when I will take his name, it just take a few seconds to disturb me.
I didn't get that. Could you try again?
So I forgot what I was doing. So let me recall. Now I want to show the selected time here. So you know that we'll again use a dollar sign and the curly braces and selected time dot format context. I think so it will work. So we don't need a dollar sign. Okay, without a dollar sign we get a time here, and I will write icons dot time, maybe a clock. No, it's time to leave, not. Let me see, just wait a second, let me see. So let's do one thing, let's call Siri and let's check what reply he gives. Hey Siri, can you please suggest me a clock icon that I can use in Flutter?
Okay, I found this on the web for can you please suggest me a clock icon that I can use in Flutter? Check it out.
How to make a learning clock for kids. How to show a weekday in Windows 10 clock in text bar. Okay, I got it. So we'll need to write icons dot alarm. So here you can see the clock icon. Now let's write the code to select the time. Now we'll write future void void select time. Now build context. Now again context and async await. So I will write final time of day picked, not in capital letters, picked equals to await show time picker. Now again that error, wait a second, context initial time, and we need to pass the initial time which would be the selected time, and the same case that we have wrote above. So if now writing it again it doesn't give a perfect idea to the developer, so we need to copy and paste it. and we'll change selected date to time and the picked wait. So okay, selected time. Okay, so here it is done. Now we'll pass the selected time, basically a select time function in our alarm icon. So I will write select time. Now when I'll press to this alarm icon, so here you can see the basic clock from where I can select the hours and the minute and AM and PM too. So if I'll select AM and will press on the OK, so it will exactly show that time that I have selected through the clock. So now I can select the respective date and the time and can book the service according to my choice. So it is done. Now we need to create a customized button just below this container that we have created. So here I will write a container and the width media query dot of context dot size dot width and the decoration box. So we'll write decoration box decoration and we'll again write color. So we'll get the exactly color code that we have used in the onboarding page. Let's do one thing. Let's copy this complete customize button and we'll paste it here. So we are getting some error. Okay, so let's remove this function for some time. Basically this color doesn't match with the UI that we have just created, so I am going to change the color. So I will write FE8F33. so this color we are going to use. Now we'll change to 20 and we'll pass the width media query dot of context dot size dot width and we'll center the text widget here. So we'll write center and we'll provide the height from the top. So we'll write size box height 20.0. So here you can see the button. So here in the pages folder, I will create a new file name, our login dot dart, and first we'll write import material, now stateful widget, and we'll name the widget name login, maybe small n. Okay, so here I will write again scaffold body container child column children. So in the column widget, I will first write the container and I will write the decoration, and in this container I am going to create a mixture of two or more colors by using a gradient linear gradient, and in the colors first we'll pass the our first color code, basically 0xFF. Now the color code, so let me see what the really color code will be using. Will and the color code is B91635. So this is the first color and the second color. So again color 0xFF and maybe 621 D3C. So this is our second color and the third color. So by using a linear gradient, you can mix two or more colors in the container, and can create a shade of the colors according to your choice. 311937. So these are the three colors that I am going to use in the container. Now here I need to provide the height, so I will write media query dot of context dot size dot height divided by 2, divided by 2, and the width will be the media query dot of context dot size dot width. So basically the width will be using the complete width of the screen, and the height, as you can see, divide by 2, so it will use a half height of my phone device. So here in the container I will write child. Now I will write text, and in the text I will write hello and slash n, so that I can change the line and the sign in text. So let me show how our app really looks while calling this login page. So let's call the login page here. Maybe we need to hot restart. So here you can see the mixture of three color on this container. Now you can see the text hello sign in the top left position, but we'll increase the font size and we'll give the styling to this text widget by using the text style. So again I will write style text style color colors dot white, and the font size maybe we can write 30.0, and font weight dot bold. So this is the text we'll be using. Now let's provide the padding from the top. Edge inset dot only top 40.0, and from the left position maybe 20.0. So let's give some more height more padding from the top. So we'll write 50, and you can see the hello signing text, and you can also give the more padding from the left position. So if you want to increase the font size, you can increase the font size too, but if you feel it's okay, then it's your choice. Now I will write container here. Basically this is one container, and I want to overlap one container above this container, and where will show the email and the password, and the user can enter the email and password and can directly sign in the app. So you already know that whenever you want to overlap the two widgets, you can't do that in your column widget. You need to use a stack widget here. So one thing we're going to do, that we'll remove the column widget from here and we'll write stack, and in the stack widget I will write container, and we'll pass the height media query dot of context dot size dot height, so that it can use a remaining height of the screen. Now we'll also write them with media query dot of context dot size dot width, and the decoration box decoration, and we'll pass the colors dot white. So here you can see the container which uses the complete height and width of the screen, but I want to show the container that I have just overlapped now. So I will use a margin and will give the margin from the top. So I will write media query. I am using media query again and again because I want that the app you are developing will be highly responsive. Now if I will use a fixed height and the width and the margin from the top position, then the app will not responsive, and if you check the app on the multiple device, then you will surely face a problem. So to face the overflow problem, I am using the media query again and again. So here you can see the container Now maybe we can try divide by 2. No, it's too much. 4. Yeah. Now I want to basically give the circular radius to my container from the top left position and for the top right position. So in the box decoration I will write border radius dot only, not border, it will be border radius dot only, maybe from the top left radius dot circular 20. So here you can see the radius, I mean the circular radius, and we need to also provide from the top right position. So I will write radius dot circular 20. Now we can increase the circular radius according to the choice. Now we can use 30, or if you want to increase more you can also increase by 40. So I think so it's look good now, and you can see that one container overlap by the other container by using the stack widget. I think so it is looking really good. So if you have any better idea or better design, you can go in your way. Now on this container I will write child and will write column children, and here I will use a text widget again. So I will copy this text widget from here and will paste it here, and here I will write Gmail. Now here we are going to use this color, basically the first color that we have passed in the decoration box decoration of our container. So here you can see the text Gmail. Let's decrease the font size, maybe 25, and the font width W500. So let's do one thing. Let's move this text to the left side of the screen. So cross axis alignment dot start. Now from the top position I want to give some more spacing. So I will write padding edge inset dot only top 40.0. Now don't get confused between the padding and the margin. Basically the margin is something that give you the spacing from the outside the container. Basically I have wrote the margin from the top position, so it will give me the spacing outside the container. And if you are writing the padding and passing the space from the top position like 40.0, then it will work from inside the container. So these are the two things that you can use and can give the height and the width of the container according to the your choice. Now I want to also give the spacing from the left position, basically the padding, maybe 30.0. Okay, so here I will write text field will decrease the font size to 23. Now let's provide the space from the right position to be 30.0. Yes. So we'll write decoration, input decoration, and in the hint text I will pass the Gmail. So here I have passed the Gmail hint. Now if you want to show the icon here, basically a Gmail icon, you can also do by using the suffix icon. I think so suffix, because I really got confused by using the suffix and the prefix icon. So as I have said, I got confused. So here it is. So it must be a prefix. So prefix icon. So here you can see the mail, and I will write outline. So here you can see the icon that indicates the user have to enter the email here. Now just below this text field I will again copy this text and the text field and we'll paste it here. For the password, maybe we can give from the space 50. And we'll pass the text password, and here we'll pass the hint text password and password dot outlined. So here you can see that the user can enter the mail anything like this, and they can enter the password, but you can see that password is in the form of the text. Now if you have already seen my other apps videos where we have used user authentication, then you already know that to use a opt secure text to true, and by using this you can change the text form into the dotted form. So if you haven't watched my other series like chat app, food delivery app, to do app, or many other apps that we have developed like quiz app, news app, you can find the link in the description box. So you can also follow that series where we have developed the complete app from the scratch, and you can add them in your app bucket list. Now, as I was talking about opt secure text, so I will write here opt secure text to true, and it frequently change my password into the dotted form. Now I will write any text in this text field. It will show me the text in the dotted form. Now after this we are going to show the forgot password. Basically the user can tap to this forgot password text and they will move to the forgot password screen. Sorry, not on the text field. Forgot password here. Forgot password. We'll also change the color to, wait, let's give this color. Yeah, decrease the font size 18. Okay, let's give the space. Now I want to move the text to the right side of the screen, so I will use a row here and main axis alignment dot end, and here it frequently moves to the left side, I mean the right side of the screen. Now what I was talking about, that when the user will tap to the forgot password text, they will move to the forgot password screen that will create in this series. Now by moving to that screen, they can enter the email, and the new password they can enter by using the email that they have wrote on that page. I will tell you this method in more detail while creating the forgot password screen. Now let's move forward with the UI, and here I'm going to create the button name sign in, basically the main button of this screen. Now I will write container child text, and I will write sign in. Now style text style colors dot white. Now decoration, I think so we will use this same decoration here that I have wrote, I mean the colors, and we'll paste it here. Now we'll write with media query dot of context dot size dot width, and the border radius, wait a second, not here, border radius dot circular 30. Okay, now let's center this text, so I will use center. Now we can do one thing, let's provide the padding, insert dot symmetric. But before we provide the padding, Let's provide the font size, maybe 30.0. No, it's too big. 26. And font weight dot bold. Font weight dot bold. So here you can see the signing button. Now let's provide the padding, maybe the horizontal 20.0. Sorry, I again make a mistake. 10.0. Size box height 50.0. I think so this much space is okay, or we can increase the space. Let's decrease the font size 24. Yeah, it's look good. Now we also want to show the text, like if the user already have the account, if the user doesn't have the account, they can move to the sign up page to sign up and they can directly move to the app. Now here I'm going to show that text. So again in the column widget I will write text. Why to write the text again and again? So I will copy from here and will paste it here. Now I will write don't have account. Okay, so copy this color and we'll paste it here. The blue 500 and the font size maybe we can increase to 17. Yeah. Now here I will show one more text. So I will copy this text widget again and will paste it here, and I will write on this color SIN sign up. We can increase to 20 and font weight dot. So here you can see the text sign up. Okay, it's look good. Now I want to move this to text to the right side of the screen. So I will wrap up with a row widget and I will write main access element dot end, and we'll do same for this. Though there are many other way to move this text to the right side of the screen, but I am making it easy because I don't want to complicate the things here by using the tough widgets or the widgets that will really difficult for the beginner to understand. That's why I'm using the row and making it simple for everyone to understand. But if you have any better idea to move the text to the right side of the screen, you can do that too. Now I want that this text to move to the bottom of the screen. So what I'm going to do is that here is one widget named spacer. Basically spacer is something that gives a maximum space between the two widgets, and it pushes my widgets to the bottom of the screen. Now we can provide the padding from bottom position too. So I will write bottom and 20.0. No, sorry, not from here. Here. Okay, maybe 30. Yes, so it's look good, and we have created a complete UI for our signing page, and I think so it's look really good, and there are lots of colors that we have used in this signing page, and we can also see the mixture of three color and the different shades of the color. So now let's move and we'll create the UI of our sign up page. So I will write signup.dart and again import material and the stateful widget name sign up. Now here scaffold. So I will don't write this complete code because our sign up page will almost look like this page. Just we need to change the text like create your account, and we'll also add one option to add the full name here, and Gmail and password will be remain same. We'll remove the forgot password from that page and we'll change the text to already have an account, sign in. So let's move to the login page again and we'll copy this same UI and we'll paste it here and we'll do some minor changes that I have just told you now. Now I will move and we'll write create your account. COUNT, not double A, ACC. Yeah. So let's call the sign up page here so that I can show you what all things I'm doing in the signup.dart file. So here you can see the text, create your account. Now I'll copy this text field from here and we'll paste it here. So we'll just change the text to name and the icon to, I will use the icon person outline and the name. I think so I'm making this video from 20 to 25 minutes and it's really strange that Siri didn't disturb at all this time while making this video, because in the last part, as you know, she disturbed us nearly 3 to 4 times and it was really irritating. Now let's don't take his name again and again, otherwise she will take just a few seconds to come back and disturb us. So here we have wrote the name, Gmail and the password. So as I have told, we'll remove the forgot password from here. So I will remove the row and this height and we'll change the text to sign up and this text also. So we'll write already have an account, sign in. Okay, now you can see that in just few seconds we have developed the UI for our sign up page. Now we just want to navigate in the signing page to the sign up page to the signing page and signing to the sign up by using this text. So here I will write gesture detector and in the on tap method I will write navigator dot push material page route context and will push the user to the signing page. So I will write login, yes. So when I'll tap to this text, we'll move to the login page. Now we'll move to the login page here again and we'll do the same process. And we'll move to the sign up page. Sign up page. Now here you can see that we can easily navigate to the two pages easily. First, we are going to connect the Firebase with our Flutter app for both Android and iOS, and I will recommend you to please do not skip any of the process or part from this video because each and every process will be necessary so that I can tell you how to successfully connect the Firebase with your Flutter app. So let's move to the Firebase, and first we are going to create the project name Barber app here. So I will write Barber app. Now I'll click on continue button and will click on continue again and will select the account, default account for Firebase. Now click on create project button. So as you can see, Firebase is preparing our project. So wait for a few seconds until it is done. So here it is done. Now I'll click to the continue button and we directly move to the Firebase account where we have created the project name Barber app. Now here you can see that we can connect the iOS, Android and web app with a Firebase. So first I'm going to connect the the iOS, then we'll move to the Apple. So first I'm going to connect the iOS, I mean the Apple device, then I'm going to connect the Android device. So first let's move with the iOS and we need a Apple bundle ID here. So to get this Apple bundle ID, we'll move to the iOS and here I will open Xcode. So wait for a few seconds. Now we'll go to the runner and signing and capabilities. Now I'll copy this bundle identifier from here and will paste it here. So here I have copied the Apple bundle ID. Now click on the register app. Now download the Google service-info.plist file. So let's see this file. Now let's move to the file. So here you can see the file. Now if you have any folder named Google service-info.plist file, I mean the old file, then please remove that file, and here I am going to rename this file to Google service-info.plist file. Please make sure that it should be exactly that I am showing you here, because it shouldn't wrote anything rather than Google service-info.plist. Now I'll paste it below the info. Now I'll click on finish. So here it is done. Now I close the Xcode from here and we'll move to the next, again on next, continue to the console. So as you can see that we have successfully added the iOS app here. Now let's move with the Android app. So here we need a Android package name. So we'll move to the Android app build.gradle file and we'll move to the application ID and we'll copy the application ID from here and we'll paste it here. One thing I want to tell you that when you are uploading the app to the Play Store or the Apple Store, then make sure that the application ID should not start with com.example. You can edit example with your company name or your app name. So for example, if I will write Shivam here, then it is ready to go to upload this app to the Play Store. But if you write example and try this app to upload to the Play Store, then you will face a problem because it will frequently shows that please edit your application ID. So this was the small tip from my side. Now I'll click to the register app. Now I will download the Google services.json file from here and will move to the file again, and again I will edit this file name and will remove the older file if we have, and will rename it to Google services.json and will paste it in the Android app folder. So here you can see the our Google services.json file. Now I will click on next. Now here comes the plugin. Now we need to copy this ID from here. So I'll copy this ID and we'll move to the Android build.gradle file, and here we need to paste it below the class path. Now I'll paste this text here and we need to edit some of the code. So here you can see the code that I have just edited in the class path, Now, one more thing I want to tell you that please do not forget to add the colon here because the subscriber or the viewers keep on DM me in my Instagram ID that they are facing the error in the class path because they usually forget to add this colon sign here after the GMS. Now let's move back to the Firebase and here I will copy this ID and we'll move to the Android app builder Gradle file and we need to paste it in the apply plugin. Sorry, yeah, we'll paste it here and we'll again edit the code. Now we'll copy the dependency or the implementation and we'll paste it here and the second one. So we'll click on next, continue to the console. So as you can see that we have successfully added the iOS and Android app here. Now let's move and we'll move to the file and save all the file where we have made the changes. So here it is done, but we need to add some more packages in our perspec.ml file. But before that, let's move to the main.dart file. I think so. Before adding the code to the main.dart file, we need to add the packages in the perspec.ml file. Let's move and we'll add the packages from the Pub.dev. So here it is Pub.dev website and I will copy the packages from here and will paste it inside the perspec.ml file. So our first package name is Firebase core. So we need this package to connect the Firebase with our Flutter app. So move to the installing and we'll copy the package from here and we'll move to the perspec.ml file and we'll paste it in the dependencies. So right here. Now our second package name will be Cloud Firestore so that we can upload the data to the Firestore database. Now we'll move to the installing again and we'll copy the package from here and we'll paste it here. So currently I'm adding these two packages in our perspec.ml file, but if we need more packages, then we'll add one by one in our perspec.ml file. Now let's save all the packages that I have pasted in the perspec.ml file. So we are facing the version error. If you are facing the version error, then always remove the exact version from the packages and it will load the specific version accordingly. So as you can see, it has worked successfully and it loads the specific version accordingly by providing the Firebase core package empty. So here it is done. Now let's move to the main.dart file and we need to add some of the line of the code in our void main function. So I will write async and will write widgets flutter binding dot ensure initialized. Now I will write await and I will write firebase dot. So let's call this package first. So I will call the Firebase core package that we have just implemented now in our perspec.ml file. Now I'll write firebase dot initialize app. Please do not forget to add these two lines in a void main function because without adding these two lines, you can't run the Firebase in your Flutter app. So here we'll move to the build and we go to the authentication because we will be using the email authentication in our Flutter app. But before that, I have forgot to add one of the main package in the Flutter app, which is Firebase Auth. So without this package, you can't add the authentication in the Flutter app. So we'll move to the installing and we'll copy this package and we'll again paste it inside the perspec.ml file. Now let's remove this version and run all the packages and we'll move to the Firebase here and we'll move to the authentication. Now click on Get Started button. Now we'll move to the email and password and we'll enable email and password from here. Click on Save. So as you can see, email and password has been enabled and we can now successfully authenticate in our Flutter app by using the email authentication. Now let's move to the build and we'll move to the Firestore database and we need to change some of the security rules from there so that we can upload the data to the Firestore database. Now click on Create Database. Now click on Next, click on Create button. So wait for a few seconds as Firestore is setting up some security rules. So here it is done. Now we'll move to the rules and we'll change false to true. Now click on Publish button. So as you can see, publish changes can take up to a minute. So after making the changes, it can take a few minutes to upload the data to the cloud Firestore, but do not need to worry because we need to write the complete function for the email authentication. Then we need to upload the data to the Firestore database. So here we have done the complete setup for the Android and iOS, and we have also connected the Firebase for with our Flutter app. But before moving to the code and we create some function for the authentication in our SignUp page, first of all I'm going to run the app in the real Android device. So if you don't know how to connect the real Android device with the Flutter app, then I have already made a video in this channel. I will paste the link in the description box. I'm going to show the complete process to how to run the app in the Android device because in most of the videos I have found that the user or the viewers are facing the problem to run the app. They are telling that they are finding a Gradle error or the packages error that they have just added from the Firebase. So I'm going to show each and every step to how to run the app in the real Android device, or if you are using the Android emulator, then it will also work in the Android emulator too. If you are facing any error, then one by one I will show you how to solve that error by changing some of the code in the Android build.gradle file or Android app build.gradle file. So as you can see at the bottom, my Android device has been connected with a VS Code. Now I will write flutter run to run the app. So wait for a few seconds because at the first time, if you are running the app in your real Android device, then it may take some time to load the app. So here you can see the Flutter fix option and it is telling us to change the minimum SDK version to 19. So what I'm going to do that we'll move to the Android build.gradle file and here I'm going to change the minimum SDK version to 19. As it shows me that we need to change the minimum SDK version, so I directly go to the specific build.gradle file and change the version. So it is very easy. Now we'll again run the flutter run command. So here it comes the flutter fix, our second error. So if you face anytime a Kotlin Gradle plugin problem, because if you are using the old version or anything, then don't need to worry. I will show you a one-step code we need to change in the build.gradle file. So here you can see the Kotlin version. So it is strictly telling us that we need to add the latest version in the ext Kotlin version. So we need to change that Kotlin version to the latest version. So let me check what really the latest Kotlin version we need to add here. So here I am going to use this Kotlin version. So if you are facing the Kotlin version, then you can use this version in this Kotlin version and again write flutter run command. So I'm doing this because I want to show you all step by step. If you are facing any of this type of errors, then you can solve one by one. Sorry, I didn't save the file. So when you are making the changes, please make sure that you are saving all the file before writing the flutter run command. So now they are telling me to add a multi-deck support for the Android. So I will write yes. So here you can see that our build is successful and we have successfully loaded the app in our real Android device. Now you can use the app accordingly, but here you will face one more error if you are using the old version of the Flutter. Like, it may say you that the host platform return null value, or like Firebase core host API method channel Firebase. So do not need to worry. Again, we need to change the Google service version, because each time you are facing the version error, that's why you are getting this error. So we need to change the class path version here. So I'm going to use the different version in the class path and it will run successfully. So I'm going to use this version in the class path. So you can copy this exact version according to your need if you are facing this error. Now let's save all the file and we'll again run the flutter run command. So I will write flutter run. So we have successfully built the app and the app has successfully launched in my Android device, and we have didn't face any error and we have fixed all the error before running the app in the Android device. So by this process you can easily run the app in your real Android device, or if you are using the Android emulator. So if you are facing any this type of error, then you can just change the version and can successfully launch the app in the Android device. And we'll add the complete function for our sign up page so that user can enter the name, email, password and can easily sign up in the app. So here, if the user enter the name like Shivam and the password, the email like this, Gmail, now the password. So to handle the text that the user enter on this text field, we need a text editing controller so that we can get the text that the user enter on this text field. So here I will write text editing controller. One will create for the name controller. So equals to new text editing controller. Now we need to create two more for email and one for the password. So we need to pass each controller in the respective text field. So I will write controller and here I will write name controller. For the Gmail I will write email controller, and for the password controller. So this will help me to get the text that the user will enter in the respective text field. Now for an example, if the user have entered the name and they have forgot to enter the email ID and they directly move to the password and click on the sign up button, so that we can frequently throw the error that in this respective text field the user didn't enter the email ID. So to check the respective form state of that respective text field that the user have entered or not, we need a global key here. So I will write final form key equals to global key. So we'll check the form state, like if the user have entered all the text field or not. And if they have entered all the text field, then we'll call the sign up function to authenticate the user and directly move inside the app. Now to check the form, we need a text form field here because we can't check the form in the text field. Now I will write validator and will check the value. So if the value is null or empty, like if the user have forgot to enter the email or the name, we can show the please please enter name. So we can frequently return that please enter the name, and if they have wrote the name in the respective text field, then we'll pass null here because we can suggest that the user have entered the name. Now we need to pass this validator case in each text form field. So I will paste it here. Now if it is, so I will write please enter email, and for the password we'll pass please enter password. Now to access this global key, we need to wrap up the column widget with a form widget, and we need to pass the key form key. So here it is done. Now I will move on and will create a registration function which will be called when the user will click to the sign up button. So if you have followed my other series like chat app, e-commerce app, to-do app or the news app, then you already know the use of the registration function in the sign up page. So if you haven't followed that series, I will paste the link in the description box, because by following that series you can add some more app to your app bucket list and you can get to know more about the Flutter and Firebase. Basically we need to create a some string here, because in this respective string will pass the name that the user enter on this text field, and through this name string we can authenticate the user by using the user credential. Do not need to worry, I will show you each and every step to authenticate the user. One will for the mail and third for the password. So password should not be equals to null, and name should not be equals to null. Sorry, name, and one for the mail. So if this condition will be true, then we'll move inside and we'll use a try catch. So I will write user credential equals to await Firebase auth dot instance. So as I have told you before, we are going to use the Firebase auth package. So here it is the use of the Firebase auth function, and we'll write create user with email and password, and we'll pass the mail string and same for the password. Now once the user have authenticated, then we need to show the some message like registered successfully right at the bottom, so that user can get the hint that they have successfully signed up in the app. So I will use a snack bar here. Now in the content I will pass the text that I have just told you now, which is registered. So registered spelling is correct. RIGISTERD. I think so it is correct. Sorry if there will be any spelling mistake, though I am good at coding, but I can face these spelling errors. Now we'll use text type, font size 20.0. Now once the user have authenticated and we pass the message, we can directly push the user to the home page. So we can write navigator dot push material page route material page route context, and we'll push the user to the home page. Yeah, now I'll write on Firebase auth exception. Now we'll use a try catch, so we can catch the error if the user have entered the weak password, or like they have used the email that is already in the use, and through the catch we can catch the respective errors. So that's why I'm using the try catch here. Now e.code, and we'll check that if the user have entered the weak password. So I will write weak password equals to, now we'll write, we need to show the snack bar again here, so I will copy it from here and we'll paste it here, and we'll show the message that password provided is too weak. So I will write password provided is too weak. So here it is done. Now we need to also create a else if function, so that we can check that if the user have used the email that he has already used before to sign up in the app. So we'll check that if the email is already in use. You can see that it is very easy to authenticate in the app and to write the registration function to register the user, because everything is directly written. You just need to call that function one by one, and we'll again show the snack bar message that account already exists. So here it is done, and we have wrote the complete registration function. I hope that you are finding very easy, because I tried my best to explain you in as easiest way as possible, and it will be also help the beginner to write the code and understand the each line that I have wrote in the registration function. So if you are facing any doubt or error, you can directly ping me in the comment box, or you can directly DM me on my Instagram ID, because I can give a quick reply in my Instagram ID. Now let's move to the sign up button, and here we are directly pushing the user to the home because we have just created the UI. Now we'll authenticate the user, and the Firebase will move the user to the home page. So here comes our validation case. So we'll check that if the user have entered all the text field. So I will write form key dot current state dot validate and we'll use a set state The reason for using the set state is because I want to store the text that the user enter on this text field to the respective string. That's why I'm using the name controller dot text, and same for the password controller dot text. Now we'll call the registration function here. So we have wrote the complete code for the sign up page. Now let's run the app in the iOS emulator and let's authenticate in the app by using the sign up method. Launched successfully, as you can see in the debug console. So now I'm going to sign up in the app by using my name. So I will write Shivam Gupta in my name and I will use the random email ID here. So I will write shivam123@gmail.com and the random password again. Now I'll click to the sign up button here. So as you can see that we have registered successfully and directly moved to the home page of the app. So as you can see that our email authentication is working brilliantly and we can successfully register in the app by using the sign up page. At the backend for the signing page, the process will be completely same that we have added for the sign up page. All things will remain same, just we need to add some of the more function, or you can say we can change some of the function in the login function that will create in the signing page. So we'll move to the login.dart file and here I am going to copy some of the code from the signup.dart file. As I have told you now, the code will be remain same. We just need to add some function in the user login function. So I'll copy the string from here and will paste it in the login page. So let's move to the login page by clicking to this signing text, and here you can see that we need a Gmail and password. So we don't need a name string here to store the name, and we need a to text editing controller to handle the text that the user will enter on this to text field. So we'll copy this email and the password controller, I mean the text editing controller, and we'll paste it in the login page. So here it is done. Now we'll again use a global key here because I want to check that if the user have entered all the respective text field or not. So if they have missed any of the text field, then the app can show that the user have missed that field and they need to enter that field to sign in the app. So here I have wrote a global key which is help us to check the validation in each text field. So we'll move to the respective text field and we'll write text form field. Now in the controller I will write the email controller so that the user can so that we can handle the text that the user will enter on this text field, and we'll again write the same text form field and the controller and password controller. So here it is done. Now we need to go to the column and we'll wrap up with a form widget. So I will write form and will pass the key and the form key, which is our global key. Now we need to pass the validation in each text form field that we have just done in the sign up page, I mean in the last video. So if you haven't watched the last video, then I will recommend you to please watch that part because it will help you to know more about the sign up page, and then we can move with a login page. So here I will copy the validator case for the, not for the name, for the email, and we'll move to the login page and we'll paste it here, and we'll do same for the password. So we'll copy the validation from here and we'll paste it here. Now let's move and we'll create our main function for the login page, which is user login, and I will write async. So we'll again use our try catch, because for an example, if the user have entered the wrong email ID and the user didn't use that email ID to sign up in the app and he trying to use the new email ID to log in, then we can show that the user email has been not found. So by this method we can get the correct authentication. And for an example, if the user have entered the email and they have entered the wrong password, so through the try catch we can check the password and can pass that the text that the password that the user have provided is wrong. So here in the try catch, first I will write await. Now we'll use a Firebase auth package that we have added in the perspecaml file. We'll write dot instance and we'll use a function name sign in with email and password. And here I'm going to use the sorry, it is mail. Yeah. So null check. Yeah, it's done. Now once the user have signed in, we can directly push the user to the home page. So we'll use a navigator dot push method, and I will write material page root. Now I will write context and will push the user to the home page. So I will call the home page here. Now as I've told you that we'll also check the user have entered the wrong password or the user have entered the email ID which he didn't used before, then we can pass the respective case. So I will write Firebase auth exception, and here I will write catch so that we can catch the respective error. So I will write scaffold messenger dot of context dot so snack bar. Basically, as I have explained you, snack bar is something.
I didn't catch that. Could you try again?
No, you don't need to catch it. Please leave. Now let's move ahead, and as I have told you in the last video, there is a snack bar at the bottom of the app which tells the message that the user have entered the wrong email or the password. So through the snack bar we can show the respective toast message. Now in the content I will write text and I will write no user found for that email. For that email. Now we'll also pass the font size with, so we need to use style. We can't pass the font like this. Style font size 18.0, color equals to color star black. Yep. So here it is done. Now we need a semicolon here. So we need to check the respective case. So I have forgot to add the main condition. So if e.code is equals to, we'll check that user not found. Then we'll pass the message or the toast message. So here it is done. Now we'll pass a else if case and we'll again check that the user have entered the wrong password. So I will write wrong password. Yes. Now we'll copy the scaffold messenger and we'll paste it here and we'll change the text message to wrong password provided by user. So I will write wrong password provided by user. Yeah. So here it is done. We have passed the two case where we can catch the error, and through this function the user can sign in and can directly move to the home page of the app. So here you can see that by adding just 3 lines we have made a complete user login function, and it is very easy to add this function. Now we have forgot to add the semicolon here. Yeah, here it is done. Now let's move to the signing button and we'll call this function. So here we'll move to the signing button and we'll first check the validation. So I will write if form key dot current state dot validate dot set state, and we'll write mail, sorry, email controller dot text. You already know the use of the set state over here. And if you have watched the last part, then you already know that. Now we'll call the user login function. So in the form key, we'll check the validation and then we'll rename the string. Then we'll call the user login function to log in the app. So here we have wrote the complete backend or the code for the login page. Now let's hot restart the app. Now one thing I am going to do that first I am going to create a account, then we'll use that same account to log in the app, and through this method we can check both sign up and signing page. So first I'm going to write my name, so I will write Shivam Gupta. Now I will use some random email ID. Now I will use the same password. Now I click to the sign up button, and as you can see we can register successfully. So our sign up page is working brilliantly. Now let's hot restart the app again and we'll move to the signing page, and I will use the same account shivam342 @gmail.com, the password 342. Yeah, now I'll click to the signing button. Taking so much time to log in the app. So let's do one thing. Let's again use the different account. So I am writing, going to write the random name. Yeah. Now let's hot restart. Let's move to the signing page. Shivam 456 @gmail.com and the password. Now click to the signing button. I had done a big mistake over here. Basically, we have added the function in the sign up but text over here. Sorry, sometime we also make a big mistake. That's I'm thinking why the signing page is not working, because everything we have added is correct. Sometimes it happens, but no worries. Let's move on. Now, yeah. So if I'll click to the signing button again, so here you can see that we can successfully authenticate in the home page, and our signing page is also working brilliantly, and our email authentication part is done. Now I want that when the user is signed up in the app or they create a new account to register in the app, the data, I mean the name and the picture of that user will directly upload to the Firebase Firestore. The reason for uploading the data to the Firestore database is because I can use that data to show that in the admin panel that which user have booked the respective service and at the what time and date, and will also save the data in the shared preference, because by using the shared preference we can frequently call the data in the home page. We don't need to call each time the data from the server, so it is very easy to handle the case by using the shared preference. So first we are going to upload the data to the Firestore database. Now let's move, and we'll move to the leaf folder and we'll create a new folder named services here, and in this folder we will write all the code related to the backend. So here I will create a new file in the services folder which will be database.dart, and here I will first create the class name database methods. So I will write database methods. Yeah. Now I will write future add user detail. So as I've told you before, we'll call this add user detail function when the user will sign up in the app for the first time, and we can upload that user data to the Firestore database. Now here we are going to use the map string dynamic, because the map string dynamic will help us to first write the string, I mean the name, and through the dynamic method we can upload anything like string, ID, I mean the number, integers, or the link. So it will be the complete dynamic method, and in the string we can pass the user image, name, his respective ID, or any of the information if you develop the other apps. Now we'll give the map name user info map, not indo, info map. Now we'll pass the string ID. The reason for using ID is because I used to provide the respective ID to the each collection, I mean the document that will upload to the collection. Now don't get confused in the collection and the document, because let me upload the first user detail to the Firestore database, then you will get to know more about the user collection and the document that I am just talking now. So we'll write async and we'll pass the return await. Now I will write Firebase Firestore dot instance dot collection, and will give the collection name users, and through the doc id will pass the respective id of that user detail, and through the set method will upload the user detail to that respective collection, and will pass the map. So here we have wrote a function name add user detail to upload the details to the Firestore database. Now let's move to the sign up page. Now where we are pushing the user to the home page, just be above this snack bar, we will first create the map. So here I will show you how to create a map, and will name the map user info map. Now here, as I have told you, there will be a string. So as you can see that I have used a double inverted comma, so it indicates a string, and will write the name. And here in the sign up page, as I have told you, so let me show you the sign up page. I think so now I can't because we are writing the code, but do not need to worry. As I've told you, the name controller will keep the text that the user will enter in the name text field. So we'll pass a name controller, and to get the text in the text field, we'll write dot text, and here we'll upload the name. And now let's upload the email. So I will write email, and will pass email controller dot text. Now for the ID, I need to create a random ID here because I don't want to match one ID with a other user ID. It should be unique when we are uploading the data to the Firestore database. So for that we need to add the package name random string, which will help us to add the random string. Now here I will write a random string package name. Now we'll again copy the package version and we'll paste it here. Yeah, it's done. Now I will write string ID. So I'm creating the random string. The string length will be 10. So here I will write ID, and I will write the ID. So here you can see that I have uploaded the name, email, ID. Now one more thing left is the image of the user. So in the image I am going to use the random image for uploading the image of the user, and once the user have created the account, they can change the image from their profile page. So do not need to worry if the user uploading the the app uploading the random image to the Firestore database, then we can also change the image from the profile page, and will give the access to the user to pick the image from the phone gallery. So as you can see that I have added the link of the image. This is a random image. So if you want, you can see this, the random image we are going to upload. Now let's call the database methods where we have wrote the function name add user detail, and here we'll pass the random ID. So I want that this function to be called. First upload the data to the Firestore, then show the snack bar, then push the user to the home page. So for that I will tell the app to wait until this function is called completely by using the await method. So I think so you are finding it very easy because I'm trying to make the complete code beginner friendly. So each and every code I am writing here, I am explaining in best way as possible so that you can get the each function that I am using in the VS Code. Because if you want to make any customized app in your way, then you can also develop the app and can add some more app to your app bucket list. Now we have wrote a function to upload the data to the Firestore database. Now let's check and let's move to the sign up page and we'll create one more account. So let's pass the random name, email ID and the password. Now I'll click to the sign up button here again. So here you can see that we have registered successfully. So now let's move and we'll check it in the Firebase. So here you can see the users collection that I was talking about, and here you can see the random unique ID, and here I have used this email to just now to sign up in the app, and you can see that, and the ID that we have just used here, you can see the same ID and the image and the name that I have just wrote in the sign up page. So it is working brilliantly and we can successfully upload as much user data to the Firestore database. So today you have learned how to upload the data to the Firestore database. Also, you got to know lot more things about email authentication. So till now, if you haven't hit that like button, then please, for this video, please do not forget to hit that like button down below, because first of all it is totally free and it will give us some more support to bring more videos on this channel. Also hit that subscribe button too. Now let's move and we'll create a shared preference so that we can save the data locally and we can use that data in the app. So in the services folder, I will create a new file name shared pref dot and will again create a class name shared preference. I am again saying the spelling can be wrong, so please do not mind. Yeah, so static string string. Now first we are going to save the user ID, so I will write user ID key equals to, and we'll write user key. Then we are going to save the user name, so user name key, and we'll write name. Now email, so I will write email key and email. Yeah, then the ID, so static string, not stream, string user. Sorry, we have already saved the ID. Yeah, so I will write image key. Yeah, we'll save the image. So user image key. Yeah, so we are going to save the ID, name, email and the image locally. So to save the image, we need to create each function. So future bool save user ID, and we'll pass the string get user ID so that we can get the user ID. Then async. Now shared. Oh, we need to also add a package name shared preference. So let's move to the pub.dev again and we'll write a package name shared preferences. Now shared preferences, yes, installing. We'll copy that. and we'll move to the pub.xml file and we'll paste it here. Yes. Now run the package. Now let's move to the SharedPref. Shared preferences. Yes, dot, not dot, pref equals to await. We'll await until this function is called dot get instance, and we'll get the string, then we'll return pref dot set string, and we'll pass the user id key where we have both the string and the value. So here we'll save the user id by calling the save user id function. So let's create some more function for the name, email and the image. Yeah, so we have wrote all the function to save the name, email, image and the id. Now we need to also get the string that we have saved on the respective id. So let's move and we'll create a function to get the string that we have saved in the respective id. So now shared preferences, and we'll copy this function and we'll paste it here, and we'll return pref dot get string. So first, before we have used our set string to set the string or save the string, and now we need to get the string, so we'll use our get string function name, and we'll write user id key. So let me create the function for the name, email and the image. Yeah, so here it is done when, and we have wrote all the function to save and to get the data from the shared preference. Now let's save the data from the signup.dart page, and here I will write await shared preferences helper dot save user name, and we'll pass a name controller dot text. Same for the email. So you can see that it is very easy to save the data locally. We just need to write a function and call that function. I will show you when I will add the backend for the home page to how to get the data from the shared preferences. Controller dot text and await shared preference helper dot save user image, and in the image we are going to call that http link again. So let's save the id to save user id and we'll pass the id. Yeah, so here it is done. We have saved all the data locally. So we are saving the data locally by using the shared preference. That's why I have wrote the shared preference helper function in the registration function. So like when the user will click to the sign up button, then through the database method, first the data will be uploaded to the server and we can use the data locally too. So that why I have used the share preference helper here. So let's move and we'll create a new account here by using the sign up button, because we need to also save the data locally, because I am going to use this data in the home page, and I will also show you how to get the data from the shared preference. So here is the method we save the data. So let's move and I will write the random name here, which is now I will write the random email ID. So I will write and the password. Now I'll click to the sign up button and will directly register in the app. So we have registered successfully and the data is also saved locally. Now here you can see the in the home page it is written hello Shivam Gupta, and here we are going to show the user image. So now I'll show you how to get the data from the shared preference. So let's move to the home page, and here I will create a two string, one which will be for the name and second for the image. Now let's provide the null string. Now I will write get the data from shared pref. So it is our function name. Now I will write async and will write name equals to await shared preference helper dot get user name. So by using the dot get username function, we can get the string that we have saved in the username. Now we need to get the image, so we'll write image equals to await shared preference helper dot get user image. So here we'll again use a set state, because as soon as this data, I mean we get the data from the shared preference and we pass it to the name string, we can frequently refresh the string name here and we can show that name here in the home page. Now I will write get on the load function. So this function will be called in the init state. Now let me explain you the use of the init state here. So basically in the init state function, like when the user will move to the home page, then the init state will be the first function that will be called from the home.dart file, and then the further functions will be loaded one by one. So init state is the first function that usually call in the dart file. So we want that as soon as the home page loads, the name and the image frequently loads, and it shows me here in the top left corner. So here I will write the name, name null string. Now our image is in the form of the HTTP link, so we'll need to write image.network and we'll call the image string. So you can see the null check error here because we need to hot restart the app. So let's move to the main.dart file and call the home page here so that we don't need to log in again and again. Now let's hot restart this page and you can see the username that I have just used to register in the app, and here you can see the random image that I have shown you in the last video. So our share preference is working brilliantly, and you can see that we can also save the data locally and we can use that data anywhere we want. Now here we have shown the username and the image. Now let's move to the services. So for an example, if the user want to book the hair washing service, he will click to the hair washing service, and here he will select the date for the date he want to book the service. So I am selecting 31st March, and also the time. So you can select the time like 4:30 p.m. Click on OK button. So here you can see the date and the time has been set according to the user choice. Now I want that when I click to the book now button, then the respective service will be booked successfully, and the service that the user have booked will be shown in the admin panel, so that admin can also get to know which user have booked which service. User will click to the book now button. Then I am thinking that we'll upload the data to the Firestore database by creating a new collection name booking, and in that booking collection will show all the booking that the user will do one by one. I mean the all the users booking will show in the booking collection. So let's move to the database.dart file and we'll create a new function name add user booking. So I will copy the old function name add user details and we'll change the some code here. So we don't pass a unique id, so I will remove the id here, and the user info map will remain same, and here we'll pass the booking to the new collection name booking, and will remove the doc id from here. So if you are not passing the specific doc id, then you don't need to use a dot set function here. You need to use a dot add function. So here we have created a function to upload the data to the Firestore database. Now let's move to the our booking.dart page, and here you can see the book now button. So here I will write map string dynamic user booking map. Yes. So here first I'm going to show the service that the user have selected. So I will write service, and through the widget dot service we are getting the respective service. So I will write widget dot service. Now I'm going to get the date that the user have selected. So I will write date, and we are saving the date in the selected time. So I will copy this text from here and will paste it here, and will write dot to string here because it will help us to call the specific field in the admin panel on the easy way. Otherwise, it will show the frequent problem if you don't pass dot to string here, because as you can see our date is in the form of the string and we have used a map string dynamic. Now let's pass the time. So I will write time. I think so it was for the time. I make a small mistake. Now I'll paste it here. Now let's move and we'll copy the date and we'll paste it here. Yes. So it is done. So here it is the service, date and time. Now we don't need a inverted double inverted comma. We'll directly write dot to string here. I think so. There is some problem. Yeah, we need a double inverted comma over here because we are getting the day from the selected day by using the dollar sign. So we need a double inverted comma, so it will don't copy this thing exactly, but it will give me the day, month and day, year, then it will convert to the to string by using dot to string function. So now we need to also pass the username. So I will write username. Now we need to get the username. So you already know that we have saved the username in the shared preference. So let's call the shared preference again. I always love to copy and paste the code because write the code again and again. So, being a developer, I mostly copy the code and paste the code in the different Dart file again and again. But if you are a developer, so copy paste work should be in your blood. So I'm just kidding. Nothing to do with a developer. It's really save your time to write the code again and again. Now let's move forward. We'll call a shared preference dart file here and we'll write name, and for the image we'll write image. Yes. So if you want, you can also pass the email of that user. So I will write email equals to await shared preference helper dot get user email. So we'll pass the email email. Yeah, it's done. So we have wrote a complete map string dynamic, I mean the complete map here. So database methods function that we have just wrote in the database.dart file so that we can upload this data to the booking collection. So I will write async await. Now database methods dot, sorry, what was the function name? Add user booking. Yeah, and we'll pass the our map name, which is user booking map. So once the data has been uploaded, I want to show the user that the booking has been successfully done. I mean the service has been booked successfully. So you know that whenever you want to show the toast message or the snack bar, you can use a scaffold messenger. So we'll move to the login.dart file and sorry, in the signup.dart file where we have wrote the scaffold messenger. So I will copy the snack bar from here and we'll move to the booking.dart file and we'll paste it here. Now we'll write service has been booked successfully. Yeah, it's done. So service has been booked successfully. Now let's hot restart the app and we'll check the our booking service function. So for an example, if I want to book the service for the hair cutting, so I will select the hair cutting from here. I think so we haven't passed a navigator push function in each of the service here. So let's do one thing. Let's move to the home.dart file and let's pass the navigator function in each of the services here. So need to wrap up in the container. So just set detector in the on tap method will pass this and here cutting. So I want to book the service for the respective barber. So I will click to the hair cutting service, and here you can see the hair cutting. So I will book for the 31st March and will set a time for like 5 p.m. Now click on OK. So I will tap to the book now button, and you can see service has been booked successfully, and it clearly passed the hint to the user that the service that the user have selected for the respective date and time has been booked now. Let's move and we'll check it in the Firebase where the booking collection has been created. So we'll move to the Firestore database, and here you can see the booking collection with our doc ID and the date that we have selected, the email that we have get from the shared preference, the image of the user, the service that we have selected which is hair cutting, and the time we have selected with a username that we again get from the shared preference. It is working brilliantly and we can see all the bookings in our cloud Firestore. Now let's move and we'll create the login page for our admin, and then we'll show all the bookings in the admin panel and how to manage the bookings from the admin panel. Now we'll move to the leave folder and we'll create a new folder name admin here, and inside the admin folder we'll create a new file name admin login.dart. So I will write import now material stateful widget admin login. Yeah, it's done. Now one thing I'm going to do that, basically let's move to the sign up page first. So I will write sign up page in our main.dart file, and here we'll change the create your account to the admin panel, and we'll tell the user to, I mean the admin, to enter the username and the password, and there will be a sign up button. You can say a login button to directly move inside the admin panel. So the design will be completely same for the admin login page. We just need to make some of the changes. So let's move to the sign up dart page, and I will copy the complete code from here and will do the customization for the need of admin login page. Now I'll copy the code from here and will paste it here. Now we'll change the text to admin panel. So I will use /n panel. We can remove the validation case from here. We need a text editing controller to handle the username and the password that the admin will enter on the two text field. So we'll remove the name from here and we'll just write the user name and we'll write text editing controller user name controller equals to new text editing controller, and we'll do same for the password. So I will write user password, or you can say admin password. Now I will call the user name controller and will change the hint text to user name, and we'll do same for the password. User password we'll remove the validation case from here and login. Yes. We'll also remove the spacer from here. It's done. Now let's move to the main.dart file and we'll call the admin login page so that I can show you how it really looks. So here is the admin login page. Now in the username there will be the unique username and the password which I will provide to the admin so that they can enter the username and the password and can directly move to the admin panel. So for an example, if the admin enter the wrong username and the password, he can't move to the admin panel. So it will be a much secure form to handle the admin panel like this. Now let's move to the admin login.dart file and here I will write a login admin function and I will write Firebase Firestore dot instance dot collection and we'll write the collection name admin here. So what we are going to do that here I'm going to call the collection name admin. So let's move to the Firebase Firestore and we'll create a new collection name admin and inside the admin collection we'll pass the ID. So ID will be the Peter and the password will be 123456. So this will be the unique username or you can say the ID and the password to register or can log in the admin panel. So without using this ID or password you can't directly move to the admin panel. So here I will call a collection name admin and once I call this collection name I will get the field name and in the value I will write snapshot. Basically snapshot will help me to get all the respective document that is available on the admin collection. Now we'll write snapshot dot data dot docs, sorry not data, docs dot for each and in the element we'll write result. So basically we are going to call the ID and the password. So like once the user enter the username Peter and the password 123456, then we are going to check that if it match with this ID or not, or same for the password. If the username and the password get matched with a field name, then we are directly move the admin to the admin panel. So here we'll write if result dot data and our field name is ID, so I will write ID should not be equals to user controller dot username controller dot text dot trim. Basically dot trim function will help us to, like for an example, if the admin have wrote the username Peter and they have wrote a space after the name Peter, then the app should trim the space and they need to provide us only the Peter username. If we don't write trim here, then it will write Peter space and it will tell the app that the username that the admin has entered is wrong. So I think so you are getting what I am trying to explain. Though the admin have entered the correct username, but just because of the space the app will throw the error which will not give a better experience for the admin when they are using the admin panel. That's why I use a .trim function here. Now I'm going to show the snack bar here. For an example, if the ID didn't match with a ID that we have just provided in the admin collection, then we are going to show the message that your ID is not correct by using the snack bar. So let's move to the sign up page and we'll copy the scaffold messenger snack bar from here and we'll paste it here and we'll just change the name, I mean the text, to your ID is not correct. And we'll pass the second case that if the password is not matched, then we'll show the your password is not correct. So we'll copy this case completely from here and we'll paste it here and we'll just write else if case and we'll change the ID to password and user password controller.text. And if the password didn't match, then we'll write your password is not correct. So we have wrote a complete function for the login admin page. I think so not. We are missing some case. Yeah. Like if both will be correct, then we need to push the user to the admin panel. So here I am going to create a new file name booking admin dot. On this dot file we are going to show all the bookings that the user have booked in the booking collection. So we'll first import the package and we'll pass the stateful widget name booking admin and we'll write navigator dot push material page route So here it is done. Now let's call this login admin function when the user will write the username and the password and will tap to the login button. So let's hot restart the page and here I will write the username Peter and the password 123456 and we'll click to the login button. So as you can see our login function is working brilliantly and through the unique ID and the password we can successfully log in the admin panel. Now let's hot restart here again and I will enter the wrong username. And we'll click to the login button and you can see that it frequently shows me the message that your ID is not correct. So it is working brilliantly and as soon as I have wrote the wrong username, it passed the text message that your ID is not correct. Now on this page, first I am going to show the text which will be the headline of our admin panel, which is all bookings. So here we are going to show all the bookings that the user have done from the user app. Now we need a text widget here. So we'll write text and in the text widget we'll write all bookings Now we'll pass the style text style colors dot black, font size 20.0, font weight dot bold. Yeah, so here you can see the all booking text, but I need to bring this text over here. So I will wrap up with a center widget and will provide the space from the top, I mean to the container. So I will write margin edge inset dot only top 40.0, maybe 60.0. Yeah, so we can also increase the text, so I will change it to 24. Now here you can see the all bookings or headline of this page. Now let's move with a column widget, and here we are going to first create a container where I will show the our service name that the user have booked, which user have booked that service, so the user name and the date and the time at which the user have selected. So you already know that there is a booking collection in the Firestore database. So here you can see the date, email, image, service, time and the username. So we are going to show all these details over here. So first I'm going to create the UI, and through the stream builder we are going to show all the details one by one. So don't need to worry about a stream builder. I will tell you how to use a stream builder in the Flutter app. Now let's move and we'll create a container over here, and we need to also provide the margin from the left and right position of the container. So I will write left 20.0 and right 20.0. Now in the decoration I will write box decoration. Now we are going to use a same color that we have provided in the sign up page, or you can see the admin login page. So this is a gradient color that I am going to use. So I'll copy this linear gradient color from here and will paste it over here. So here it is done. Now let's provide the width to the container. So I will write media query dot of context dot size dot width. Basically media query is something that will help us to make the app highly responsive. So by providing the media query dot of context dot size dot width, our container will use a complete width of the screen, which will make the container highly responsive. Now let's write something on the container. So I will write, I think so we need a column widget over here. So I will write text column children. Now I will write text widget again, and first we are going to show the service name. So I will write service, sorry, I service. Now here cutting. So here you can see the container. Now let's provide the space from the headline and the container. So let's provide the size box height 20 point, you can say 30.0. Yeah, so let's provide the styling to our text widget. So I'll copy the style from here and will paste it here, and we need to change the color to white so that I can see the text on this container. So here you can see the service which is here cutting. Now let's decrease the font size to 20.0. Yeah, now I am thinking that first at the top left side I will show the user image, then I am going to show the service. So let's do one thing. In the children we'll write image dot asset. So we are, so as I have told you, we are just writing the UI. I'm going to connect it with a Firebase after writing the UI of the container. So let's move forward, and in the images folder I am going to get the random boy image, which is boy.jpg. and we'll provide the height maybe 50 and the width 50 and fit boxfit.cover so that it can use a complete height and the width. So here you can see the user image, but I need this image at the left side over here. So one thing I'm going to do that I will wrap up the image.asset with a row widget and will write main axis alignment dot start. So here you can see that we have successfully moved the image to the left side of the container. Now we need to also provide the padding over here. So I will write padding edge insert dot all and we can provide the padding 10. So we can also increase the image over here. So I will write 100 and maybe 100. No, it's too big. Maybe 80. Okay. So if you want to provide the border radius to the image, you know that if you have watched my old app series, then you need to wrap up with a clip react widget. So I will write clip react react now border radius dot circular 30. Maybe we can provide some more border radius, yeah, 60. So we can also provide the border radius to this container. So I'll copy this from here and we'll paste it over here and we'll change to 20. Yeah, so let's provide the size box, I mean the space between the image and the text. Now we have shown the service that the user have selected. Now we are going to show the user name. So here you can see the user name. So first of all I will write like this Gupta. Yes. Now let's provide the size box, not too much space, we need just 5. Yeah, so we'll copy the space and the text again and we'll paste it here. Now we need to show the date. If you want, you can also show the email. So I will write date and I will write the random date over here. Maybe it is on this format. Yeah. So here you can see the date and the time. So we'll again copy that case and we'll paste it here and we'll just write time and 04 maybe 10 p.m. Yeah. So here you can see the service name, date and time. So if you want, you can also provide the material widget to this, I mean the elevation to this container. So one thing you can do, you can wrap up with a material widget and the elevation 5.0. Now let's provide the border radius to our material widget. So I'll copy the border radius and we'll paste it over here. So here you can see that we have provided the elevation to this container. So it's look more attractive now. So you can set the elevation according to your choice. So let's keep on 8. Yeah. So we have wrote the UI. Now let's connect it with our Firebase so that it can automatically show all the bookings over here on this page. Now, okay, one thing I just realized that I have forgotten to add the our main button, which is done. Basically, this done button will this Siri, yeah, it's gone. So basically, done button will help us to, like, when we'll tap, I not when we will, basically when the admin will tap this done button, then this service will be deleted from the Firestore database, which will mark that this service has been done. So let's create a customized button over here. So we'll write container and child. Now we can provide the button over here, text. I will write done style textile textile color equals to colors dot wait dot put. Yeah, now we need to provide the color to our container. So I'm going to use the color that we have provided before in the sign up page. I think so. No, maybe in the login page. We have used this color only. Yeah, I'm finding this color. We have got this color. Basically that color has a unique code, so I don't know that unique code because there are thousands of color that we use in building the Flutter apps, so I don't know the code. Yeah, so now let's provide the border radius. So I will write border radius dot circular, maybe 10. Yeah, you can see the button done. It's okay. Now edge insert dot oil 10. Yeah, done button. Now let's provide the space from the top 20.0. Yeah, you can also provide the space from the bottom for the more accuracy. Yeah, so here you can see the done button. Now let's move and we'll add the our function name get bookings from the database.dart file. So we'll use future. Now as we are going to use a stream, so let me explain you what is the use of stream builder. Basically stream builder is like whenever you want to call a list of documents that present in the respective collection, I mean in the Firestore database, then stream builder is one of the best thing, because if you make any changes, like if you update any document from the respective collection, then it will take just a few seconds to show that update in the Flutter app by using a stream builder. For an example, if I want to change the time over here, I mean the time field, and I want to change from 5:52 to 6 p.m. Then through the Flutter app, I make an update and change to 6 p.m. Now the stream builder will just take a few seconds to show the update over in my Flutter app. So I will recommend you to, whenever you want to show the list of documents from the Firestore database, always use a stream builder over here. Now query snapshot will help us to get all the respective documents, and will name the function name get bookings, and you know already the use of async await over here. Now Firebase Firestore dot instance dot collection, and will pass the collection name bookings. So here you can see booking, it's not bookings dot snapshot. So this will be the last part of this Barber booking app series, and then you will have one more app to your app bucket list. Maybe this is our eighth app on this channel. So if you haven't followed the other seven apps, you can see the link in the description box where we have made all the different apps on this channel. So let me know how you love this series, because on this series I have completely coded with you all. I didn't plan anything like before starting the video. It's like I have some thoughts and started to code and record this video. So if you like this way, because this is the first time I have used this way to record the video on this series. So if you love the way, please let me know on the comment box. And if you want me to record the video in the older style, I mean the through the voiceover, then also let me know, because your query is very necessary for me to know that what really you are looking for. Now let's move forward. Now let's move to the booking.dart page. No, booking admin.dart page again. And here I will write stream and will name the stream booking stream, and will pass a null check error. I mean the null check by using a question mark. Now we'll write widget and will name all bookings. Bookings, yes. Now let us sync and will return. Now we'll return a stream builder over here. Stream builder over here. Yes. So sorry, we can't provide the async in a widget. That's why it's showing the error. Now in the stream builder, first I'm going to pass a string which we have wrote booking stream, and in the builder we'll write context async snapshot, which will help us to get all the document, and in that respective document we can get the respective fields. Now here I will write return snapshot dot data, sorry, hash data, and we'll check that if the collection we are calling like booking, then we'll check that if this collection has data or not. So if there is not any data, then we'll just show a container, and if there will be a data, then we'll show a list view builder, which will show me all the documents in the form of list view. So I will write list view dot builder. Yeah. So here I will write not over here. We need to pass it over here. Yeah. So as I've told you, list view builder, and did it has data, then list view builder, and if not, show the container. So it is easy. Now let's move. And in the item builder, I am going to pass a context and the index, and through the index we'll get the document like document 1 2 3, like present in the respective collection, and we'll write document snapshot ds equals to snapshot dot data dot docs, and we'll write index. So in the ds we are getting the each field name that present in that respective document. Now we'll also pass the padding, so I will write padding edge insert dot 0. Now scroll direction axis dot vertical, and sync and wrap true. Yeah, it's done. I think so. How item builder will. Yeah. Now we'll return what we are going to return, this container that we have just made for the UI. Now we'll copy this complete material widget from here and we'll cut it from here and we'll paste it here. That's done. Now, so our image is in the form of the link. So we'll write image dot network ds. What is the field name? Image. Yes. Now our service name. So plus ds service. So I'll write service. The user name. So plus ds user name. This name. Now date. So we'll write plus ds date. We just need to copy and paste the field name and it will frequently take all the fields by using the string builder. Now we need to also call a function that we have wrote in the database.dart file, which is get bookings, to show all the bookings. Now we'll write get on the load function name. Now we'll write async booking stream equals to await database methods dot get bookings, and we'll write set state over here. Now in the init state, you already know the use of init state. I have explained in the last video. Get on the load, we'll call a get on the load function. Now let's call this all booking function in our column widget so that we can show all the bookings. Now let's hot restart the app and we'll go to the main.dart file and we'll call the booking admin page from there so that I can show you what all things we have called from the Firebase Firestore. So I'll write booking admin and we'll hot restart here. So we are getting some error. Let me check. It is writing on valid value. Maybe we need to wrap up with expanded widget. So just wait up for a few seconds. I need to restart the app. So I'll close the complete VS Code and we'll rerun the app again. So as you can see, our app has launched successfully and here we are getting the first document. I don't know why this error, like range error valid value. So I think so. Yeah. We forgot to pass a item count here in the list view builder because we need to pass how much documents are there in the respective booking collection, and that will be passed to a document snapshot. So we'll pass item count and we'll write snapshot dot data dot docs dot length. So we are passing the length of the all the documents, I mean the count of all the documents that present in the booking collection. Now let's hot restart the app again and here you can see that error is gone and we are successfully able to see our first document, the image, service, time and the date. Now when I'll tap to this done button, I want that this document should be deleted from the booking collection. So let's move to the database.dart file and here we'll pass a function to delete the bookings. So I will remove the future from here. We'll just pass the string id. We need to pass a string id here because we need to get this id, because this document id is this id. So through the booking collection, we'll go to this id and we'll remove this document from here. So we'll name the function name delete bookings. Now id dot delete. Yeah, so here it is done, and we have wrote a function to delete the document. We need to also pass a future over here. Now let's move to the booking admin page, and here in the container we'll wrap up with a gesture detector, and in the onTap method we'll pass the async await database methods dot delete booking, and in the booking we'll pass a ds dot id and it will give me that id. Now let's hot start it again, and when I'll tap to this done button, you can see that it takes just a few seconds to remove that document from the app, or you can say the service. Now you can see that it also deleted the document. This document doesn't exist, so this collection has no document. So as you can see, there was only one collection, one document on this booking collection that has been deleted from here. So our app is working brilliantly, and our admin panel part is also done. The final segment of our Barber booking app series, which is a forgot password screen. So we are going to first make the UI of the forgot password page, then we are going to add the backend for the reset password. So let's move to the pages folder and we'll create a new file name forgot password dot password dot, and I will write import and will import the packages here, and will write stateful widget and will name the forgot password, and here I will write scaffold body container child column children. Yes, so here first I'm going to pass the background color. So I will pass the background color colors dot black, and I will pass the size box height 70.0 so that I can provide the space from the top, and I will pass the container and will write child text and will name the headline of this page, which will be the password recovery. Now we'll pass the styling to this text widget by using the text style. Now we'll write colors.white and font size 30.0 and font weight.bold. Yes. So here it is done. Now we can align the text to the center. So I will write alignment dot top center. Now let's pass one more size box over here so that I can pass a text again, which will be indicating the user to enter the email for that email that they have forgot the password and they want to reset the password. So I will pass enter your email over here. Now here I am going to pass a email. So first I will write container over here and will pass the padding edge insert dot only left 10.0 and will provide the padding from the left position. Now we will pass a decoration box decoration and in the box decoration we'll pass a border and we'll give the border to our container. So we'll write border.all and we'll give the color to our border. So we'll write colors.white 70 and we'll pass the width 2.0. Now once we have passed the border, we will provide the border radius to our container. So I will write border radius dot circular 30. So now let's write a child over here and we'll write text form field. Now we'll pass a validator and will you already know the use of validator in the text field form field. So if we'll check that if the value is null or empty. So for an instance, if the value is null or empty, we'll return the text to the user to enter their email. So sorry, value dot is empty. Now we'll return please enter your email. Please enter email. Yeah. Now once the user have passed the email, will pass return null because they have filled this form text field, and that's why we don't need to pass anything if there is already an email has been written in the text form field. Now we'll pass a style in the text form field. So I will write style. Now we'll write text style colors dot white and we'll use a decoration input decoration, and in the input decoration first we are going to pass the hint text which will suggest the user to enter the email on this text field, and we are going to pass the hint style and we'll give the text style to our text form field and we'll pass the font size 80.0. Now colors dot white. Now we'll write prefix icons dot, we'll write mail outline and we'll pass a colors dot white 70 60 and the size 30.0. Wait, I am keep on writing the code in the forgot password.dart file, but let me show you what all things I've just wrote here. So in the main.dart file I'm going to call the forgot password page. So here you can see the our headline of this page, enter your email, and this is a text field that we have just created. Now let's do one more thing. Let's provide the space from the top. So I will pass the size box height 30.0 and we'll also give the margin to our text form field. So I'll write margin h inset dot symmetric, I think so, horizontal 20.0. Yeah. So here you can see that there is some line over here. To remove this line, you need to write border input border dot none, and it will frequently remove that line in the text form field. So once the user move to the password recovery page, they read the text like enter your email and they type their email over here on this text field. Then we need a button just below this text field which will be the send email, and that email will be sent on the email that the user have just entered over here, and through that email they will get one link to reset their password. So first I'm going to create a customized button over here. So let's move to the booking admin and we'll copy this done button from here and we'll paste it over here, and we'll change the text to send email. So here it is done. Let's provide the space from the top. So I will write size box height maybe 50.0. Yeah. So this is a simple UI that I have just created for a forgot password screen. If you want to make it more with colors and all, then you can also make the forgot password screen UI according to your choice. Now let's move to the our main function of this forgot password screen, which is reset password. So this function will be called when the user will click to this send email button. So I will write reset password. Now I will write async and I will write try, and again we are going to use our try catch error that we have already used in the login and sign up page before. So I will write await Firebase auth dot instance dot send password reset email, and here we are going to pass the email. So we need to create a string which name will be email. Yeah, so we'll pass a null check error over here. Now we'll write a snack bar again where we'll pass that password reset email has been sent. So once the user have sent their email to this function name send password reset email, we are going to show the snack bar here again. So let's move to the signup.dart page, and here we are going to copy the scaffold, I mean the snack bar from here, and we'll paste it here. So we'll change the text to password reset email. Sorry, email has been sent. Yeah. So here it is done. Now, once the email has been sent, and for an example, if there will be a error like they have passed that email that they have don't used to register in the app, I mean used to sign up in the app, then we will show the message that no user found for that email. So we'll check that if the user not found by using e.code function that we have already done in the sign up page before. So we'll pass a catch so that we can catch the error, and we'll write if e dot code is equals to user not found. So for an example, if the user will not found, then we'll again pass a toast message, or you can say a snack bar just below the screen, and we'll pass the text that no user found for that email. Yeah. So here it is done, and we have wrote a complete function for the reset password. You can see it is very easy to write a function for login page, sign up page, reset password page. It is very easy. You don't need to like remember any of things. All functions are already pre-coded. You just need to bring one function after the another, and it is very easy, and there is just to write a snack bar once, and you can copy that snack bar on each of the functions. So now let's move, and here you already know that we need to create a global key so that we can check the validation. So let me create that global key over here. Form state. So here it is done. Now we need to wrap up the container with a form widget so that we can pass a key, not, yeah, key form key. Now in the send email button, we are going to first check the validation. So we'll write the if form key dot current state, yes, state dot validate and set state. In the set state I'm going to write email, and sorry, I think so we need to also pass a text editing controller so that we can handle the text that the user enter over here. I am damn sure that by following this Barber booking app series, you get to know lots of things regarding the Flutter and Firebase. Now, there is one more app to your app bucket list, and if you want to follow some more tutorials or the app development series, you can follow our or subscribe our channel, because I'm going to bring some more exciting series on this channel here again. So do not forget to hit that subscribe button down below. Now we have wrote a complete function for our forgot password screen. Now let me show you how the email will be sent on the email that the user type over on this text field, and how I will also show you how to reset the password by using the Firebase. Now let's move, and first we are going to sign up in the app, and we'll use that same email ID in the forgot password screen, and will tell the app that I have forgot the password for this email and please suggest me to reset this password. So I'm going to call the sign up page over here. Here I will write the random name, and I will write the email ID. Now the random password, and we'll click to the sign up button. So we have registered successfully. Now let's move to the forgot password again, and we'll tell the app that I forgot the password for this email ID. So I will write here my email ID, and we'll click to the send email button. So as you can see, password reset email has been sent. So now let's check the email where I have got the link. So here you can see the email ID where I've got the link, and I'll please press to this link, and it will redirect me to a different page, and here it is suggesting me to reset the password for this email ID that I have just entered in the app. So I will pass a random password over here and click to the save button, and you can see that a password has been changed, and now I can sign in with my new password. So our forgot password screen is also working brilliantly. So we have made a complete Barber booking app from the scratch. Also, you have added 8th app to your app bucket list, because we have already developed 7 apps before on this channel. You can find the link on the description box. While I can see that many of the viewers are loving our videos but haven't hit that subscribe button yet. So let's make that 83% shrink by tapping to that subscribe button below and be a member of this Flutter community. Until then, keep coding, keep having fun. I will see you next time. Thanks for watching.